as we've grown, I think the biggest feature that has been useful for us is the automated reminders and follow-ups with people.
Having those reminders go out a couple weeks before the meeting or a day before the meeting is really helpful for the clients showing up.
Tell us a little bit about you and your life. I know, Scott, you're the lawyer, and Stephanie, you're like
everything else.
Yeah, what I tell people is Scott is the lawyer and I do everything else.
Perfect. So tell me a little bit, Scott, about how you started this business, why you started this business, and what you do.
I started my own practice. That was in 2011. And eventually focused in on estate planning. So we write wills and trusts, and then do probate and trust administration, so helping families after there's been a death. We've focused on that area since 2017, and I am currently the only attorney. We are looking to expand. Ever since 2020, we've been overwhelmed with business.
Tell me a little bit about this area of law that you're passionate about, or that makes you realize that you can solve this problem for people.
I think a few things that come to mind. One is that everybody needs this service. It's one of the few areas of the law that actually everybody is going to encounter at some point, either when they pass and their loved ones have to deal with this situation, or when someone they care about has passed or is sick and in the hospital, those kinds of things. We also deal with healthcare powers of attorney and living wills and all that sort of thing as well. So it's broadly applicable, which from a business standpoint is nice because everyone's a potential client.
So Scott and I are both Boise natives. We both grew up here, and so we really love our community. And we try to give back to our community by offering free educational classes about what is estate planning, what is probate, and allowing people to ask their own personal questions to someone like us without needing to pay for a retainer or anything like that with an attorney. So we really like to give back in that way too. And this is kind of where YouCanBookMe comes in for us. So we have a 3-meeting series for clients for Scott to really get to know their family situation and their assets, and for them to get to know Scott and be comfortable trusting him and writing those end-of-life wishes for them. With that 3-meeting series, YouCanBookMe is really helpful because people can log in and book times for them that work for them throughout the few months that we'll be meeting with each of our clients.
What are the kind of other tools that you're using? How do you, Stephanie, in particular, how do you make sure it's all coming together and that the deadlines are being met and all of that's happening as well?
Well, we rely heavily on a calendar. So we have a few employees and we all can see each other's calendars, and we work to make sure that we're not overlapping and we're taking care of our clients in a timely manner. We also use a program called Asana for our task management. So each of our clients has their own project in Asana, so we can keep track of what we've done for them and what we still need to do for each of them.
Like, what's your major growth channel? Like, are you advertising? Is it just word of mouth? How are you powering your growth?
Right now for estate planning, it's all word of mouth. We also work with some financial planners and other referral partners that will send business our way if they're doing some financial planning for someone that doesn't have a trust, but they've got a couple $1 million. Maybe they should have something. So they'll send to us.
Like, what keeps you up at night, but from a business point of view?
For me, what keeps me up at night is, so we are coming up on one of the largest wealth transfers ever as the boomer generation in America starts to pass away and pass, their houses and wealth down to their children or whoever. And so there is a lot of demand right now, and we can't do it all. It's a good problem to have as a business, but it's also hard when we really care about our community and want to help people.
I think for me, it's the same essential issue, which is how do we grow? I hit my capacity a couple of years ago, but then hiring somebody who wants to do this kind of work, who's qualified to do it, who will take the time and energy to do it, has been a challenge to find those folks.
Let me ask you a little bit about YouCanBookMe. How did you discover it? What led you to use it? Why did you think, I need something?
I started working with YouCanBookMe when I had one part-time employee and I was shifting more toward estate planning, and it's much more hands-on with clients than my old practice was. And so it just became clear that I needed some kind of quick tool that was user-friendly for me, that was user-friendly for clients, where they did not need to call us. They did not need to play phone tag with us. You know, if I'm in meetings all day long and I have a part-time assistant, when they call us, they're going to get voicemail, and that can be fatal to the relationship. And so making sure that we could say on our website, on our voicemail, everywhere, hey, you can just go to our website and you can book an appointment directly with Scott. I think that was really helpful. It's all part of making it easy for clients to engage with us. As we've grown, I think the biggest feature that has been useful for us is the automated reminders and follow-ups with people.
Especially where we have a series of meetings that we're doing that are spread out over a couple of months. Having those reminders go out a couple of weeks before the meeting or a day before the meeting is really helpful for the clients showing up.
We know that when a client doesn't show up to an appointment, it wasn't because of anything we failed to do. We know because we have the system in place through YouCanBookMe.
One of the features we're starting to implement and we're excited about is gathering feedback after the series of meetings. So we're going to work on implementing that so that we can see, you know, where are we doing really well? Where do we need to add in some coaching or build out our systems a little more? And what are clients appreciating or, you know, needing us to change or update? So
you send that out as a follow-up after the final meeting?
We will, yeah.
Because the other thing I was going to ask you about, because the follow-up can go up to a year afterwards. So that email about, oh, it's been a year, do you need to do any updating? That could, in theory, be automated as well from YouCanBookMe.
Thank you.
Good idea.
In terms of YouCanBookMe, you've talked a little bit about the features you use, and that's great. What's your feedback from your clients?
We've always had good feedback. Oftentimes, it's not on people's minds at all, which I think is great because it means it went according to plan. It probably was pretty user-friendly and easy for them.
And the next thing about the booking page through YouCanBookMe is it looks like our website, another part of our website.
Right.
So, you know, they probably don't even know that we are using a different service. But for us, it's invaluable because we don't have to have someone tracking that. The system does it for us.
Yeah. And in fact, if, you know, certainly if someone wants to call and make appointments, we'll do that with them. Oftentimes when they're in for that initial meeting, they're going to want to set up those other two meetings, and they're going to want to do that with Bridget at the front desk. It systemizes it all for us. It's consistent every time. We have a pretty robust form when someone books because there's some additional information that we really need to know.
We unfortunately, you know, can't help people with legal advice or services that do not live in Idaho. So we gather that information as well.
Yeah. And of course, we also ask, we don't require them to tell us this, but we like to know how they heard about us. And so having the ability to kind of customize all that, customize the response emails, brand it all with our logo and all that stuff. And honestly, I tend to be the one that does all the quote unquote coding for YouCanBookMe, and it's super easy. I don't have the time or the energy to really get into a lot of complicated coding and stuff. And so honestly, we would not have gone with YouCanBookMe if it weren't user friendly on my end.
Just a couple of questions, and either of you can answer it or both of you can answer it. So these are just would you rather, right? So would you rather throw out your phone or your laptop?
Laptop.
Phone.
I can do anything I need to on my phone.
I don't like my phone. I'd much rather have my computer.
Would you rather get a new customer or double your sales to an existing?
I think new customer only because we do want to serve as many people as we can. And, you know, we're lucky enough that our current customers are referring back to us. So kind of it is, even though it's a new client, it's still helping an existing client in a way.
And would you rather be known for product quality or customer service?
See how we could get a good product without the customer service.
It's completely entwined. You couldn't do one without the other.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Listen, Scott and Stephanie, it's been such a pleasure speaking to you. Thank you so much for your time. We love to hear when You Can Book Me is helping businesses like yours who are helping other people. Like, that is just wonderful. And I'm so delighted that you found You Can Book Me to help you and that it is helping you. If you ever have any questions or don't know what to do about something or want to know what else could I do, please don't hesitate to reach out.